Welcome all of you for this new video. So today we will talk about CE marking. So let's understand for the CE marking. So just I'm giving you a little bit clue of that where you can find the CE marking. If you look back to any electronics equipment, you most probably have the CE mark behind that particular devices, even behind that packaging also, even on a devices also. So right now for this video we have the more concern about the CE marking for the medical device, not for the other devices. So right now we talk about only that. So CE marking, what does it stand for? So it is actually Conformity Europeans in different language. In English it's called European Conformity. So CE marking defined by our CE marking that give this regulation of CE marking given by the EUMDR, and it signifies that if you have the CE marking on your medical device, it signifies that you already follow all the applicable standards and all conformities assessment you have already have done by the EUMDR, and that is why you are free to sell your medical device in the European Unions or European Economic Area EEA. If wherever you find EEA, it means European Economic Areas. Okay, so those medical devices free to sold anywhere in the European market. So first is first understand one upon like one things, and then we will talk about other few other more things. So first of all, if your medical device is having the CE mark, it not means that that particular medical device is safe and sound. No. So any clinicians, any users, any physicians, if they want to decide to utilizations of medical devices, then they should not consider only CE marking. CE marking is the first of all thing where they can consider first whether that particular device CE mark or not, and after that CE mark they need to look back into their IFUs, clinical risk associated with that particular medical devices, all other published, unpublished clinical data, adverse event data, published, unpublished, and everything. So they need to look into that, and then they can decide whether which particular medical device is more suitable for them or not. Okay. So first things like the CE marking. CE marking means it signifies that every conformity assessment documentation has been processed by the manufacturers and approved by the EUMDR on the same times what others standard they had followed, like 10 they are the different ISO standards, so they have followed those standards also. It depends upon the device to device itself. So CE marking signifies that. So that is the things, but always remember CE marking does not mean that that particular device is very safe and sound for the use. No, it's only we need to check back their IFUs, clinical risk associated with those particular medical devices, and apart from that what other clinical data which has been published, is there any adverse event has been published, or is there any adverse event has been reported, then how the manufacturer take care of those things, how they are they going to recall these devices in their histories and everything. So if you really want to be very safe to use particular medical device, then you need to look into all these things. But in general, people are saying if anything in a market with a CE, then they're going to utilize it. So this is all about the CE marking. And again, one more thing, the CE mark itself having the different dimensions. So these regulations by the EUMDR has given the proper regulation of CE marking size also, CE marking colors, background colors, and everything they have given the particular regulations. So it may be in some of the future video we'll talk about, like in EUMDR which article, which rule is talk about the CE marking, or which not only the CE marking, like others regulation there has been also given. So which article describe what, so we will talk about that also. But for the now, we need to understand what the CE marking. And apart from that, CE marking already, as I mentioned, it's already regulated in the electronics device itself. It's not about the medical device. Even if there any electronic equipment, they also have the CE marking. Why CE marking they are present? Because it signifies that every conformity assessment and every ISO standard has been followed for the manufacturing and developing of that particular device, electronic device. Here in our case it's a medical device, in their case something. And ISO standard also different, medical device for the different things, and for the normal and general electronic devices the ISO standard need to follow is completely different. So we'll talk about the ISO standard also someday in some another videos. So this is all about the CE marking. It's not a big thing, but we need to understand. And one more thing we need to understand, as I described earlier, the CE marking size is also important. They EUMDR have the regulation for their sizes also. EUMDR have the regulation for this colors, like what kind of colors of background, everything, the for CE marking, even the design. If you look closely to the CE mark, so you get a different kind of fingerprint pictures on these. So it also describes what kind of CE marking should be present and how it should be present. So everything is already regulated, given a regulation by the EUMDRs. So this is all about for this now. We'll meet with some another video, some another topic. So till then, bye, take care.